cell phone popped out of his pocket. I started to try to do something with it, thinking maybe, but then I put it back down really quickly. Then I went to my wife, and I mean, I could see.
Did you touch Maggie at all?
I did. I touched them both.
Okay.
I tried to take, I tried to do it as limited as possible, but I tried to take their pulse on both of them. And, you know, I called 911 pretty much right away, and she was very good. I talked to her. I told her I was going to get off the phone to call some family members. I did that.
What family members did you call?
I called my brother Randy, and I called my brother John, and I tried to call a little boy, real good friend that's right around the corner from here, but I didn't get him.
Okay. What all was around Paul when you walked up?
Blood.
Anything else?
I mean, there were some body things, yes, sir.
I mean, like any other evidence? I know you said the phone fell out the pocket, but did you see anything else that didn't belong or shouldn't belong or that wasn't part of Paul?
No, sir. No, sir.
How about Maggie?
No, sir.
You didn't see anything around them? What made you come out here tonight?
I went to, my mom's a late stage Alzheimer's patient. My dad's in the hospital. My mom gets anxious when she does. I went to check on them and Maggie. Maggie's a dog lover, and she fools with the dogs. And I knew she'd gone to the kennel. I was at the house.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Welcome, my laddie people. How y'all doing? You know, we're gonna go ahead and jump back into the Alex Murdaugh murder case. Yes, I'm gonna continue to cover this case forever because he's got a possible appeal going on, and if he wins, then it's gonna be another trial. Currently, he's behind bars. I didn't really want to look exactly where he's at, but I know he's having a good time because he's on his tablet with his shirt off, trying to pick up women to send him commissary money. So honestly, I really think that the boat crash was not the turning point in the murders, him killing his wife and child. I really just don't think that was the catalyst, honestly, that made him go over the edge. To be exact, I don't know when the catalyst started. Eventually, I possibly know in this man's head that eventually he was going to get caught for the financial crimes. There was no way. People were looking for their money. He was already at his max, borrowing from his friend, who eventually went to jail himself. But this fucking idiot just kept fucking himself over. Getting that Moselle property for $3.2 million. I think he had a discount. I think that's what he's going for now. The Edisto property, the boats, the cars. I mean, just living a fancy life. I don't think it was a pill problem. He could have been addicted to pills, but again, I always gonna say that there's no way that this fucking orange bastard was able to take 60 fucking Roxy 30s a day. You'll be dead. There's no fucking way. No way. I want to put in the kennel video again and then put it in this interview when the cops came. So here we go, y'all.
Get back. Get back. Quit, Cash. Come. Quit. That's okay. Come here. It's not that bad. Come here, Cash. Shit. Come here. Post it. Cash.
Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth.
Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
It's a guinea.
This is a chicken. Come here, Cash. Come here, Bob. Cash. Quit.
Central 717 scene is secure. Got a Whiskey Fox, Whiskey Mike, both gunshot wounds to the head.
Sir, I want to let you know because of the scene, I did go get a gun and bring it down here.
It's in your vehicle?
Do
you have any guns on you at all?
No, sir. It's leaning up against the side of my car.
Okay. You're fine, man. You're fine. Turn around for me.
I don't have any.
Okay. Yes, sir. I see that. Okay. This is your wife and son?
And son.
Okay.
It's bad. It's bad. Check the pulses.
Yes, sir. This is the firearm you brought from inside the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I went and got. This is a long story. My son was in a boat wreck a few months back. He's been getting threats. Most of it's been benign stuff we didn't take serious.
Okay.
You know, he's been getting like punched. I know that's somebody. I know that's what it is.
Okay. When did you get home? Right when you called, or did you go to the house first? Where is the house?
I came to the house first. My mom has late stages Alzheimer's, and my dad is in the hospital.
Okay.
I left. I don't know what time. I can go back on my phone and tell you the exact times. Did you check?
I mean, does anybody find it strange that he didn't ask Buster to come to the house that day? What was so special about Buster? We can go through his 911 calls, and I think I'm going to go ahead and add that in my next video. I mean, you can just see the relationship that him and Buster have, or Buster and him has. Excuse me for my grammar, guys. But it just is obviously strange that he didn't call his other son home, but calls Paul home. Now, I can believe that Paul was a problem child, alcoholic at a young age, going through all the stresses as a teenager, but as a privileged teenager. But I think the death of Mallory Beach kind of set him over the edge. And I'm only going off what the series is showing or depicting of the son. But I just think that the boat crash put everybody over the edge. Not only was it financial crimes eventually possibly running, I think that he possibly could have beat those financial crimes and paid that money or whatever they were asking, $10 million. He would just had to steal for a couple more clients, but he could have did it. So if he was going to be able to pay it, why unalive his family? Why? That's the fucking 1 million question answer that everybody wants to know. What was in this drug addict's orange pill popper's head that made him go over the edge? I think it's more. And I think there's money that is hidden out there. Maybe the brother knows, maybe the sister knows. And again, everything I'm saying is alleged, y'all. I'm just going off my own opinion in my videos. But I like like-minded people. I just don't feel like the death of Mallory Beach, the boat crash. Why kill your wife? Why? Here's the footage when the officer first arrived. Here we go, y'all.
I left. I was probably gone an hour and a half from my mom's, and I saw them about 45 minutes before that.
Okay.
I rode around with Paul for 2 hours this afternoon in the pickup truck.
That's your son, Paul? Okay.
Somebody going to check him?
Yes, sir. They've already checked him.
They did check him?
Yes, sir.
It's official that they're dead?
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm very sorry. Gotta call her parents.
What's her name?
Her name is Maggie Murdaugh. Margaret Brandstetter Murdaugh. How you doing?
What's her birthday?
9/15/68.
And what's your son's first name? You said Paul?
Paul Gary Murdaugh.
And what's his birthday?
Jason, do you have anybody
4.
coming through town that could stop and pick up that tent? I see lighting off in the distance.
What are they covering them up?
I got some getting dressed now, Sheriff. I'll have somebody stop and grab it.
Tell them they don't have to do that. We'll go over what we can.
653. Where's it at? I'm in town.
Actually, tried to be Delta 8 because he's going to be the only one that's got access.
What's Paul's birthday?
Got it.
phone.
Put it up as wide as you can. That's fine. You said 99?
Son?
He was born in 99.
He was born April 14th, 1999.
Okay. What's your first name, sir?
My name is Alex Richard Alexander Murdaugh.
Richard Alexander Murdaugh.
Isn't it strange that he always included like Buster's date of birth when, you know, it's Paul there and your wife there? What does Buster got to do if he's not there? But allowing your other son to live and taking the life of your other son, I mean, that's just strange to me. Why not kill your entire family? So, you know, I have doubts. And in my last video, I do stand with the housekeeper Blanca that there were more people there. And I'm going to play like the Fitz interview, like a long portion of it. So if y'all haven't seen that, go check out Fitz News. But it's just strange. I don't care what anybody says that I think Buster possibly knew what was going to happen. That's why he's not emotional. That's why you don't see him crying. That's why you see him standing close to his dad or, you know, supporting his dad. But again, that's all my own speculation. We're all human. I can't tell you what's going on through this young man's head. But let's go ahead and play a little bit of this, guys, because I don't understand how the sheriff's deputies and SLED botched that investigation. And shout out to Creighton Waters. I mean, as a prosecutor, you know, you have to go on what you're given as far as evidence, but I'm pretty, you know, it's got to be something else there that shows he didn't act alone. And again, in my other video, I did show, well, I didn't show anything, but my belief is that how did the brother find the phone, you know, automatically? Why did he take the guns out of that gun room so quickly? It's a lot of strange shit that happened, and SLED, I don't think they're innocent at all, nor that sheriff's department is innocent. They covered up a lot of shit for this family, and they're continuing to do it today. To this day, Alex still has control because he's possibly able to get a new trial over a dumbass court clerk who thought she was going to make some money. But let's get into the housekeeper's interview. Here we go.
I think I texted her right when I was getting ready to leave. I sent her the text, but I forgot to do something she had asked me to do, take some clothes up to the bunk room. So I put my phone down and I ran upstairs. You know, I went in the laundry room and then I went upstairs in the bunk room, dropped the stuff off, and then I left. But as I was walking out, when I went upstairs, I saw the white F-150 parked in front of the hangar because you could see it out the window. So I looked out and I saw the white truck, and I just assumed that Paul was home because Maggie had said Paul was coming, that Alec had also asked Paul to come home that night. And he said, well, he's not too happy about it, but, you know, he's on his way. You know, he's coming out there. And when I was walking out the door, I had seen the truck out there. So when I was walking out the door, I saw the orange tractor on what used to be a landing strip, you know, on the property. And it was going towards the sunflower fields. So I just assumed it was Paul. So I left the front door unlocked because that's usually what I did, you know, if the boys were home. And I left. And she did not respond to my message, you know, about, you know, Paul being there. So I just assumed it was Paul. But I'm thinking now that she must have been doing her nails and she couldn't really answer. So, but I never got a response, so I just assumed it was Paul. And I found out later that it wasn't.
Yeah, his truck was in the shop.
Yeah, his truck was in the shop. He was driving Dolly, and I have no idea who was driving that tractor out there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I want to drill in on that a little bit because you've got this amazing book that details not only your experiences with the family, your relationship with Maggie, adopting Bubba, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but you also wrote in the book about how after the murders, you started to remember things, see things, perceive things that set some alarms off that maybe shifted your view, because in the immediate aftermath, you didn't think there was any universe in which Alec Murdaugh could have done it, correct?
No, I did not. Even to the day that I went to trial, I still was not convinced. about it. I knew there were some things that were wrong, that were not in place, but I wanted to believe that I still wanted to believe that, because of course, you work for a family for so long, and you know them in more of an intimate setting, because there's no walls when they're in the house. There's no barriers. They just act like a normal family, and sometimes, they say and do things or act certain ways or do stupid stuff, but they're not thinking, they're in their home. But my big aha moment was when I actually, what convinced me was seeing the towel inside his Suburban, the Officer Green's body cam video, when I saw the towel.
This was the very first Colleton County deputy to arrive on the scene. This is the very first footage from the crime scene right after it happened. Tell us about the towel. What made that significant in your mind?
The towel on the seat told me that Alec had been in that laundry room at Moselle. That was one of the towels that I had laundered earlier and folded and placed up on the shelf in the laundry room. And so that told me he went in the laundry room. Also, one of the things that I noticed was Maggie's pajamas in the doorway to the laundry room, which was Maggie would have never done. Maggie would have never left her pajamas stretched out. It looked staged. It looked like it was set up. It was not. That was not Maggie. And I'll say that till I die. Maggie did not do that. And listening to Mr. Waters said, did you have a burst of energy all of a sudden? And it caught in my ear. And then I said, what is he talking about? Because I did not really go through every day of the trial. I did not really want to watch it because I just didn't want to see it. To me, it was hard to watch. But when I heard him say that, I said, wait a minute, what is he talking about? And then I went back, and that's when I listened. I started paying attention, and I kept going back, and I listened to some of where they described that his phone had absolutely no movement, and then all of a sudden he got a burst of energy. And that right there told me the burst of energy was him going in the house, and I guess he must have been in a frenzy, running back and forth. He must have gone in the laundry room, grabbed the towel, because it was like a light drizzle out there. So he must have, dried himself off, then ran in the room. I think he was running back and forth from the master bedroom to the laundry room. The pajamas that were laid out on the floor were in the second drawer of Maggie's side. She had a dresser on as a side table. The pajamas were in the second drawer, and the underwear were in the top left drawer, in the back. So to me, that indicated that he set up the scene and was kind of like in a frenzy, just going back and forth, trying to get everything together, I guess. So that he could rush back and do whatever he needed to do. But that was the moment the towel kind of told me that he was in the laundry room. But when I heard the movement, all them steps he took, all of a sudden, I think he said, were you doing jumping jacks or something to that effect? That kind of told me then. That kind of cemented my, that actual aha moment that I had when I saw the towel. And it was just a glimpse. It wasn't, if you look at the video, you barely, if you don't really pay attention, you'll miss it. And I kept telling my husband, go back. And when he went back, I said, he did it.
That's when you realized.
Mm-hmm. I didn't need nobody else telling me. I knew at that moment. They can try to explain it any way they want to. But
do you think he had help?
I do.
Really?
I do.
I got to ask the next question. Who do you think helped him?
I will not disclose that.
For reasons of?
My safety.
Yeah.
Man, I think Blanca hit it like right on the head of the nail that we're never going to find out the actual motive. And her beliefs that the family was going through a divorce and there was a lot of drama. Anybody can't tell this lady what she actually seen or been through when she interacted with the family. She knows better than any of us. So if she says that there was no divorce going on, there was no issues that she seen, I believe her. Now, Did she stay there 24/7 with them? No. It's just sad that, again, this event happened. It's sad for Mallory Beach's family. It's sad for Stephen Smith's family. It's sad for Gloria Satterfield's family. It's just sad for everybody. One man's greed caused all this trauma. And I believe this goes far back, way before Alex Murdaugh. I think this goes back when they first got into office, the great-great-great-grandfather. It's just sad that, it's not really sad. I mean, it's just, this boat crash opened people's eyes and exposed that these people had so much privilege in this town that, they were allowed to get away with anything. And I know this video is about me talking and rambling on, but these are just my beliefs, y'all. I've been covering this case for a pretty long time, and I'm going to continue to cover the case because I do have some other ideas that I think possibly caused this man to annihilate his wife and son. But my key thoughts are like, why didn't he do this to Buster? What's so special about Buster that made him better than Paul? This young man flunked out of law school, was possibly in a relationship with Stephen Smith. But let me know what y'all think. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. And yeah, like, subscribe, y'all. I'm out. Peace.